music. It's kind of cool. I'm always kind of dancing around back here listening to that. So Chris had asked a question earlier if I was going to do something in a software. It's in Embrilliance. I'm sorry, Chris, I don't use Embrilliance. I use the Dime software. I've got Embrilliance, but I like Dime better. So I probably won't be doing any of that software. I'm sorry. I have lots of software that I do teach. So, and we do some scan and cut software. Hi, everybody. Everybody's coming in. Hello. How is everybody? Everybody find me? Yeah, I like the new music. They changed the countdown music a little while ago, and I kind of like it. So I wish it would go a little longer. I'll have to see if I can figure out how to upload a little like intro video or something so that it has just a little bit more time for people to get in. Cool. So everybody's coming. Oh, okay. It looks like everybody's getting in here. Awesome. So tonight we're just going to have some fun embroidering. You know, sometimes you just have to we have such wonderful machines, and sometimes we just have to have some fun embroidering. And this is a little project that I made actually as a software class. So this was a software class that I did. Yeah, I like the music. I wish they would make it longer though. So I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to make it longer. So, oh, thank you. Okay. So anyway, this is what we're going to make tonight, this little project. So this was a software class that I did in the Dime software. And the video for the digitizing portion of this is in the description below this video also. So it's called If the Shoe Fits. And this was a little mini quilt that we digitized in that class. And it's been several years ago, but I did quite a few of these, and these are fun to make. And I've just never sewn out any of the projects that we did in the software. I sewed them out, so I knew they sewed okay, but I never have sewn them out in a class. And this is a free design, so you can also get the free design for this. And the link is in the description below this video. Okay, so just click on the link and it'll take you to the Dropbox where you can download this little design. So it's lots of fun. Oh, Cindy got her chocolate cake. Guess what I got? My friend Judy brought me some supper tonight. It was wonderful. It was a friend of ours made her and her husband a bunch of meatballs, and there was a whole gob of them. So she brought me some, and I'm like, handmade meatballs, and then pumpkin chocolate chip bread. Ooh, it was so good. So anyway, so I have a little bit left for tomorrow night too. So anyway, so if you haven't gotten this free design, it's in the description below this video. Click on the link and it'll take you to the Dropbox link. Okay. Also, if you've seen it like on the Facebook group on Sew Along with Jan on Facebook, you can get it in there too. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. It's called If the Shoe Fits. So this was a really fun little project. And I thought we need to do some Halloween stuff, right? I like to do, oh yeah, you could do a little pillow out of it too. Absolutely. It's about, it's not quite 6 by 6. I usually put them in, I'll show you my little frame. I haven't linked this in there yet, but this is up on our website. I'll link this little frame also in the description below when the class is over. But this little 6-inch Ackfeld frame works really great. And all of these little mini quilts fit in this. So I have it out on my dad made a little cute little end table when he was in shop class in high school. So, you know, it's probably 80 years old. And I have this little table out there, and I put this little tiny little stand on it, and I put I just change out all my little mini quilts. So I like it. So this is an Ackfeld stand, and I'll also link this in the description below. So I forgot about that because I forgot to bring it in when I was doing the linking. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get started. This is going to take us a little bit to sew out, so we'll chit chat as we're sewing. I'll put the camera down over here so that you can see, and we'll go through all the fabrics and everything. It's very, very fun, simple project. Oh, World Card Making Day is this week. Cool. Great time to purchase and stitch out Jan's embroidered cards. So yeah, so the embroidered cards are up on my website. And I'll show you some of them that we're going to do in 2 weeks. We're going to make some Halloween. You know, I often forget and don't do Halloween, so I thought we're going to do 2 classes for Halloween this year. So it is kind of fun. I like Halloween too. So yeah, because is it Saturday, Lynn? Yeah, Saturday you said is World Card Making Day. So that's awesome. Okay. All right, so let me get this banner turned off. A second here. And we'll go over and switch the camera and the microphone so that I can turn to my sewing machine. Let's see if I find the right things here. Yeah, I haven't gotten used to where they put everything. They moved all the buttons around, and it looks so different now. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hi. Oh, there's Sharon. Sharon's emailed me a couple times this week asking questions about the software. So, okay, so let's talk about what we're going to make tonight. We're going to make this fun little thing. I've got my luminaire. Some of you were asking about the Avenir earlier. I have my Avenir at the store because I've been teaching some classes on it there. And so I decided to leave it at the store for right now because it's very heavy and I didn't want to carry it back and forth. I am going to have another video next week for those of you who already have the Avenir. I did a video. I'm going to do a class in the store. So if you're close by, Tuesday and Thursday of next week, what is it, the 9th and the 11th, 7th and 9th. I'm going to be teaching the stitch regulator, that new stitch regulator in the store. And then on the 9th, after the second class, there will be a video that will post to YouTube that you'll be able to watch me using the stitch regulator for the new ISR, Intelligent Stitch Regulator is what they call it. So it's pretty awesome. And so I've been leaving my machine, my big machine, at the store just because I've just been needing to use it, and it's just easier that I don't have to carry it. It's so heavy. This one is heavy enough, but I can't even lift the Avenir in the bag. I have to take it out of the bag to even get it in the car. So I decided to leave it there for a while. You haven't used your stitch regulator yet? Yeah, you know, the stitch regulator, I'm not really a free motion person. You know, I use the embroidery, but you know, it is kind of neat. And I think people will really like it. And I'll show you a couple things in the video. Like, you can baste with it, you can zigzag with it. So you can't take the stitch regulator off the Avenir. It won't work with the luminaire. No, Cindy, it won't work with this. So it only works with the Avenir. All right, and then there's a new sewing machine that just came out. It's called the Celeste, and it's just a sewing only machine. Really beautiful machine. About the same size as the Dream machine was. Really nice machine. So that one also has that new stitch regulator on it. So, okay. So we're going to use regular bobbin thread. I've got a pre-wound bobbin in here with my tight bobbin case. So I am going to not cut the tail off here when we put this in, because sometimes it doesn't like to, that first little stitch, it doesn't like to grab it. So then, oh, and by the way, make sure you're making your comments, because whoever wins tonight will get the little mini quilt if the shoe fits. So make sure you make your comments tonight, because somebody's going to win the little mini quilt. All right, so let's talk about, okay, there should be instructions in the download, okay? I know, aren't these cute? I just like to make fun things, and these were so much fun. I made a whole bunch of different ones. So we'll sew out some of them. I've just really enjoyed them. And I also, sometimes I do them a little differently. So like this one, I did a little differently than I did the last one we did. We did the little bunny rabbit. So I did that one a little differently than this one. So, okay. So you need the front, you know, the main front of the little quilt here is just a piece of fabric. So I picked this white with the little silver dots on it, the little silver speckles. And the one thing I did differently with this is I did go ahead and put a piece of Shape Flex SF101 on the back of this. It just made it a little bit stiffer. And I don't always do that. It's usually stiff enough, but
but I did put SF 101 Shape Flex on the back of this one. Okay. So that's one thing I did different in this one. You need a piece of batting. This is 7x7, the piece of fabric. The batting 7x7. And then I just use Hobbs 80/20. I use up my scraps, you know, from my long arming. Okay. And let's see the back. So there's a backing, and you're going to make that into 2 pieces. And they're both cut at 4.5x7. And then you're going to take one of these. Let me take my little pieces of ribbon off there. You're going to take one of them, and you're going to fold over about a 1/2 inch. I don't know that I've got quite a 1/2 inch here, maybe 3/8 like that. And then what I did here, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see? I put a piece of the Steam-A-Seam 2. It's that 1/4 inch piece, that Steam-A-Seam 2. Let's see if I've got a roll of it here somewhere. Here it is. The stuff, so you can get it in a roll. Okay. And I like to put it on the little I don't put it all the way to the ends, but I like to iron it, press it on to the fold that I made, so that I don't have to do this after it's all put together. So this is just easier. So I put that on. So one of them is turned down with the Steam-A-Seam 2 on it, and the other one is just flat. So those are the 2 backs. And then we need some glitter vinyl. So we're going to use some black glitter vinyl for the shoe. And you got to remember, don't forget, take this clear plastic stuff off. The carrier sheet, you're going to pull it off. So there's my black. So pulled off the black. Okay. And I think this is, I think it's Cricut vinyl, actually. I get it wherever I can find vinyl. So I think it's Cricut vinyl. And then I need a little piece of purple glitter vinyl for the little shoe, like the little part where the shoe laces go. So this is, I have to see if I can get this one off too. So I'm going to pull off that clear carrier sheet so we don't forget. There we go. There's the purple. Isn't that pretty? All right. Then who was it that said that they should win tonight because the shoe, Bernadette. The shoe does fit. That's funny. And then you need 2 pieces of ribbon. Okay. And this is probably about 5/8 inch ribbon. I think I say 1 inch ribbon, but I didn't have 1 inch. I just had 5/8. I think this is 5/8. And you think you win because your broom is ready for flying. It is that time of year, isn't it? So, but these are the ribbons. These are about 2 inches long. And then we're going to fold these in half and use these for the little, where we can hang it. Okay. We're going to put these on. All right. So I'm going to just put the pin back in these so I won't lose them. Stick them over here on my mat. There we go. Okay. You're also going to need a little iron because we're going to have to press this glitter vinyl down. Okay. So you need your little iron and a pressing cloth. And to use a pressing cloth, the pressing cloth I use is just an old tea towel. Okay. So I just use an old tea towel. And it is laying over here on, I've got a little wool mat next to me here. So we'll use that. And let's see, we're going to use we're going to use Brother Thread. I'll give you the colors as we're going. This is my 6x6 hoop. I like this little 6x6. It works great for stuff that's just under 6x6. And I have a piece of no-show mesh stabilizer in the hoop, and that's all it's in the hoop right now. Okay. All right. So anybody got any questions about the fabrics? This all makes sense to you? It's all listed right here on the top of the instructions. Okay. And then we're going to start with the sewing instructions down here. Hello, everybody. People are still saying hi to each other. All right. So we got our no-show mesh hooped. All right. So I'm going to thread up the machine here. I forgot to thread it earlier. That's okay. You guys can watch me thread it. All right. So I'm going to show you something different tonight. I've been having some problems with some funky tension on my machine since I moved into this house. And I don't know if I can show you. I was going to show you real quick. Can you see up here that the fan is really close to me up there on the ceiling? So, and at my old house, yes, I designed this, Chris, in Perfect Embroidery Pro. Yes, yes, and the class is in the description below this video if you want to see me digitize it, because I have a digitizing video as well. Okay. But I've been having some problems with my tension, and my fan is really close to me now, and it's coming from the hand wheel side of my machine. So I'm finding that if I put my thread up on my thread stand, sometimes it likes to blow out of this little tension unit, this little tension area right here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up here on my regular spool pin, and I've been just laying it down. I do not put a cap on. Don't put a cap on if you lay your threads down, because it just gets caught. Okay, I just leave it off. It's technically on backwards, but it seems to work really well, and I'm not having the tension issues. So that's what I've been doing. That's why it looks weird when I'm threading the machine tonight, because I'm not putting it up on my thread stand right now. Okay. All right, so step number 1. Oh, and the design, just so you know, here's my design over here. I went ahead and sent it over wirelessly from my computer with design database transfer, and it's in here. So it's in the one that looks like the wireless symbol. And here it is. Here's the design here. And I'll set it and hit embroidery. So then we're ready to go. Okay, everybody ready? So the first step is going to be the placement line for the batting. So remember, I did not cut off my bobbin thread. So we're using bobbin thread for the whole thing. But sometimes it doesn't like to pick the bobbin thread up here. Yes, Cindy, that's fine. I think Cindy's talking about this thing that she puts it through here. I don't care to do that, because I often wind bobbins while I'm sewing, and then this is for the bobbin winder. So then I have to take the thread out. I'm afraid they'll get looped up together. So I don't like this very well. So that's why I decided to try laying it down, and it seems to work really well for me. So whichever works for you. Okay. Second, I'm having a little trouble with my camera tonight. There it goes. Not being cooperative. I need to get a new arm. So, okay, so we got our placement line. Then we're going to lay our batting down. Get my batting here. Lay that batting down over the placement line. You probably can't see it too well. It's white. I just put my white thread in. Okay, and then we're going to do step number 2 is going to tack down our batting. But I've had quite a few people come into the group that are new. And I thought, let's do some fun, easy projects. Let everybody have a chance to just have some fun. These are so much fun. All right, so we're going to go around there. I think it's going to go around twice. I'll find my scissors. And then we're going to trim our back. Try not to lay anything against my No, Cheryl, I am not. That stitch that Cheryl's talking about, a stitch for applique. That stitch was only in the patch and applique software, and I didn't have that until recently. So this was done before that. This is just a standard applique, which is still fine. It's not going anywhere because the vinyl is going to be, so we're going to trim this. The vinyl is going to be adhered with the heat to the fabric, so it's not going to go anywhere. Roseanne, I don't have all of the little mini quilts are free. So if you go to, I'll put this in the description below too. There's a, or if you're in the Facebook group, which I think maybe you are. Who was it that asked that, Roseanne? Are you in the, I think you're in the Facebook group. In the very first post on the Facebook page on Sew Along with Jan, there is a link to the software classes, and all of the little mini quilts are in there. Okay, so they're all in that Dropbox. So you can go look at that. Oh, you don't have Facebook. Okay, I'll put that in the description below this video to all of those because there's a whole bunch of these. I've done, I don't know, maybe 8 of them, 8 or 10 of them probably. There's a bunch of them. Okay. All right, so we got our batting trimmed, and let's see. Now we're gonna lay our fabric down. Oops, I don't want any purple glitter vinyl in there. And this has got the shape flex on the back. Okay, and I'm just gonna lay it down as always centered as I can because it's gonna sew it down. We've got plenty there. Okay. And then step number 3 is going to be the tack down line. So I'm just leaving the white in for all this. Yeah, Cricut vinyl's fine. I don't know, maybe the Walmart stuff is, or the Hobby Lobby stuff I've never used. I think I've used the Hobby Lobby vinyl before. Michael's has a lot of vinyl. I prefer Caesar vinyl. That's usually what I buy. Caesar vinyl you can get at Michael's now. I think they still have the glitter vinyls, I think. So it's going to go around this one twice too. This is all done with the white thread. And then I think we're going to do a little quilting. Try not to drop all of my fabric on the floor here. Thanks, Mary. It is a really cute project. I thought this was fun. All right, so now I'm going to leave my white in here, and we're going to do the quilting. So it's going to do a nice little, I think it did a stipple. Yeah, I did a stipple on this one. We're going to do a nice stipple quilting on here on the white. Yes, Lynn, I think I did. Thank you. Chris Yost, yes, I have a video on how I digitize this, and I will link that in. That is linked in the description below this video now. So there is a link to the video and also the designs, the stuff you need to do the digitizing. There's a little piece of artwork you need and that kind of thing. I'm not sure I understand, Donna. It's great to have something built into the design now. I don't understand. Oh, the stippling. Is that what you meant, stippling? Yeah, I do most of my stuff all in the hoop. So most of the stuff I've digitized will have stippling in the design, and you don't have to do it like after. Yeah, and Chris, I use PEP. Yes, Perfect Embroidery Pro from Dime is what I digitized in. I've been using that software for many, many years. I do not use Embrilliance, Cheryl. I do not. I actually have Embrilliance, which used to be, Baby Lock had a version of it, and I have it. I have all of it, but I just never have liked it as well as this software. This software is so user friendly. So I have not used Embrilliance. I think it's good software, but I've just never took to it as well as I did the Dime software. I've had this software since 2007. So a long time, almost 20 years. So yep, people are talking back and forth. I'm trying to catch all the comments. So no, I don't use Embrilliance, but I really love digitizing, and I've been doing quite a lot of digitizing the last, couple of months. And by the way, I will have also, we're going to be doing the Halloween cards in 2 weeks. We're going to make Halloween cards. And then I'm also working on a set of Christmas cards. So there's one Christmas card in the all occasion set that we did first. And then I'm also working on Christmas cards right now. So that's what I was working on today. Hi, everybody. People are still coming in. Hello. All right, so we're getting about done with our stippling. Let's see what's next here. Oh, then we're going to put our shoe on. The next part's going to be the shoe. We'll get ready with our applique fabric here with our black glitter vinyl. Yeah, Nancy, I have used the software a little bit. There's a lot more. I have to do a lot more clicking to get to do what I want to do. I think that's what bothered me about it. It's nice. And somebody, yes, and brother, the BES lettering, the BES software, I've used it some too. It's made by the same company that makes the present Floriani software. And I just have never liked it as much as I like this one. I've been using, like I said, I've been using this software for almost 20 years, and it's just so user friendly. So I don't think, every now and then I get out some of the other software and play with it. I love P Design because I used that before this. So that's pretty much all I use. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed a step. Just a second. Yeah, the decorative outline. We're going to do the decorative outline first. And that is, let's see, the orange. I'm going to do this in, this is Tangerine, 209 Tangerine. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm actually going to lay this down at the top. Yeah, the BES, I have BES and I use it a little bit, but it doesn't do as much as my dime software does. Yes, the people with Macs, the dime software is now natively Mac compatible, just so you know. So if you're interested in trying the dime software, it is actually natively Mac compatible now. So we're going to do this little decorative stitch all the way around the outside edge. I skipped a step. Next one's going to be the shoe. We'll get our black thread going here. So yeah, so the dime software at first was not compatible with the Mac. And then they made an emulator or like a translator for it. But now it's actually native. They have a native Mac design or software. So I really enjoy, thank you. I'm glad that you like the designs. These are such good designs to learn to digitize. And a lot of people have asked me, how did you learn to digitize? And how I learned to digitize was to watch stuff sew. I watched designs sew that I liked. And then I thought, oh, well, then I can do that. So then I know what it's going to do. And then I can put it on the screen. So that's how I learned to digitize. I actually sit here and watch the machine sew. That's, I think, the easiest way. Yeah, Nancy, did you try the dime software before or after the translator? Because they just got rid of the translator. It's not been very long ago. So I know. Yeah. Well, you know what though, Cheryl? Cheryl said embroidery is such an expensive hobby. Well, but all the hobbies are expensive because I make cards and boy, it's expensive too. After you think, okay. Yeah, I know most of the people that I've sold it to said that it works way better now without the translator. And they had some quirks at first. So if you haven't tried it for a while, they've gotten a lot of things fixed. So I know that some of the people that work for Dime use Macs, and I think that's why they did it. But there's probably some glitches yet. They're working on it. So. But the Embrilliance has been longer as a Mac or PC software. So I think that's why a lot of people have Embrilliance that have Macs. So yeah, it was right before, I think, Cheryl, right before, no? Yeah, it might have been just before they were bought by OESD. I can't remember if it was right before or right after. But it was just about that time. It hasn't been terribly long ago. Yeah, so dime, so that a lot of people, somebody just said that. I also, so this software I use that is now Dime used to be the Floriani software. And about 2014, Dime actually bought the software company, G7 Solutions, that made the Floriani software. And so Floriani had to go find a new people to make their software, which is another company now. Pulse Microsystems was the name of it, and so this software I've been using since 2007. Originally it was Floriani, and now it's the Dime software. So, and we didn't have it for a little while. We went with Floriani first at the store, and then we got Dime also. So we have both. And I still have the Floriani software, the new Floriani software, but I don't like it as well as I like the Dime software. Do you know if we have to read? Yes, Marina, if you have the translator on your Mac, you need to probably deactivate your software if you have paid software, and then take the translator off and then re-download the software. That's what I would do, just to make sure everything was fresh. Yes, yes. So Cindy, that's what, you know, I had software also. A lot of my students had the original Dime software, which used to be Floriani, so they have both because they were able to have both. So really good software, and they've done a lot of things to it over the years. Dime has excellent education now. That's why I don't teach software quite as much, because Dime really does a good job with education. They have a video at least every other week with Ashley Jones, and you know, so I feel that they're doing a really good job with their teaching. They teach lots of fun stuff and show all the different, and then they have all the little what do they call them, socials. So my eye for color combinations, I don't know if I've got that big of an eye for it, but I like it to match if I can get it to match. I really enjoyed the digitizing. That's something that I've always loved doing, and I've been digitizing for, well, since about 2000 or 2001. So that's like my favorite thing to do. Yeah, I really like Ashley's. Ashley is an incredible teacher, so I watch a lot of her videos. And I've got quite a few videos because I taught for quite a while. So there's I don't know, 30, 40 videos, digitizing videos on my YouTube channel as well, all done in Perfect Embroidery Pro. Oh, Krista, that's a good idea. Yeah, I know they have a bunch of different parts for embroiderings, so you can get as much or as little as you want. Yep. Yep, I have all of it. It was actually the Baby Lock software, but they honor it, so like I can still download embroiderings then and just use it instead. So we're getting around there. This is kind of a little, what do they call this? I always forget what the name of this is. Help me, Lynn, what's it called? I always forget what the name of this little stitch is. It's like the little circles, you know. Somebody help me. I'm not very good at remember. For some reason, I can never spit the word out. Candle wicking. Thank you. I can never spit it out. I don't know why. I mean, I've done it millions of times, but I can't ever spit it out. There we go. So we got around there. So now we're ready to do step number 5 to step number 6, shoe placement line. So I'm going to go ahead and put my black thread in now. This is where things get a little different. You know, you gotta do our placement line. Then we're going to put the thread or the applique fabric down. Get my black in here. And again, laying this down up here, as you can see, I do not have a cap on. Don't put the cap on because it'll pool up underneath the cap and break your needle. So you always want to leave it off. Okay. Just give you another idea. Thank you, Lynn. All right, so let's do our placement line. So this is step number 6. And remember, we took that clear plastic stuff off. Oh, really? Winnie the Pooh is released from copyright? Oh, wow. Awesome. All right, so here's our shoe. And give me a second here. I gotta move a couple things off my table. Okay, so now we're gonna put our glitter fabric down. Yes, this is the 6x6, and yes, you have to buy it separately, Paula. I love this hoop. I use this quite a bit. This is a really nice one if you do like, I like the square hoops. So if you have to do like quilt squares and stuff. So, all right, so we're going to put our glitter vinyl down over the shoe here, the placement line. And if you're worried about it, you can tape it down. I'm just going to hold it down. And step number 7 is going to be the tack down line. So we're going to tack it down. Oh, and I might have to go grab my glasses here. This is shiny and black, the two things that are the hardest thing for me to see. Just let me grab my glasses. I have trouble trimming. Cool. Yep, Sharon, I do too. I've done a lot of the classes and when Floriani had the software, it was Kathy Quinn did wonderful classes. So I learned a lot of stuff from her. Okay, so here's our design here. And then the next thing it says to do is to trim the glitter vinyl close to the stitches. So we're going to trim it. And yes, if you wanted to, you could have cut it out with the scan and cut. This is a pretty simple design, so I usually just trim it in the hoop. When I do these classes, I didn't usually make cut files, but you sure can if you want to. I have a couple videos showing you how to cut fabric with your scan and cut, and I also show you how to make cut files right off your PES files. So we're going to trim around here. I'm trimming fairly close. There is going to be a satin stitch on this one. The only part that was a little hard was this little toe. There was like this little curly Q in the toe here. So you have to kind of flip the hoop around here to get down to this tip. And these are my Ginger 6-inch double curved embroidery scissors. These are so awesome because they have a real nice thin tip on them, and you can get down into those small areas. And they're curved. See, the blades are curved. You know, does everybody really like cutting everything out with your scan and cut? So often I don't. When I digitize, I'm sitting right here, and then I don't take the time to go get the scan and cut out. I do cut fabric with it quite often, but this kind of stuff I usually just do in the hoop. I guess I'm so used to it. I've been doing it for so many years. I can trim pretty quick. There we go. So there's around the shoe. What do you think? I probably won't make any more gingerbread, Roseanne, but I'd like to make maybe some more ornaments, just general ornaments, if that's okay. So now what we're going to do, let me get this up here so you can see it. Now at this point, we need to take this over to my ironing board, and using the pressing cloth, we're going to press this down to the fabric. Okay, so that way it's heat transfer vinyl, so we're going to be heating it down to the fabric. So give me a second, I got to move a couple things here. And I'll move the camera over here so you can see. So either way, if you like to cut with the scan and cut with scan and cut. There's certain things I always cut with scan and cut. All right, so then I'm going to put my little tea towel. You can see my tea towels are well loved. They have lots of holes in them. So my grandmother loved to make tea towels, and so I have lots of tea towels. Okay, so then I'm just going to press this down. I got my little bitty. I love this little iron. It's that little Nifty Notions mini iron. Love it. And this fits inside the hoops. That's why I love it. We're going to press down about 10-20 seconds. Make sure you might have to move it a couple times because the shoe's fairly large. But you want to press down on that so it adheres to the backing fabric. And you don't want to press on it directly. You want to put the pressing cloth over it, which seems to work real well. Okay, looks pretty good. And there's our shoe. I love this little mini iron. And if you don't have one, they're up on our website. I can link that too. But there's our little shoe. You see how it glitters? And then you can see just a little bit the texture. But I kind of like that texture in there. It's kind of neat. Okay, so now I think we're going to go on to the next. I think we're going to go on to the next, yes, the insert placement, the shoe insert placement. So we're going to go to that. Okay, and so I think I'm going to go ahead and put my purple in. I wouldn't have to. I could just leave the black, but I think I'll put the purple in because I have to use the purple for the satin stitch first. So I'll just put the purple in. So this is just purple. It's was it 614? Yeah, 614 purple. These are some of the old brother colors. We're going to thread that up and we'll do our placement line for that little inset part. Oops, I didn't put my button down. Isn't it nice when you, oops, helps Jan if you thread. Did you notice that it works better if you thread the machine before you start sewing? Imagine that. Got kind of a long tail now. All right. Okay. I think we got it all in here. And this is the inset. Yeah, the insert for the purple. So we're going to put the purple on next. Hopefully I didn't lose my purple. Here it is. Got to cut a piece of thread up there. So it's going to give us a placement line on here with the purple. I know, isn't it going to be pretty? I love working with vinyl. And I put some vinyl on the Halloween cards. So if you haven't seen the new Halloween cards, go take a look at them on my website. I put some vinyl on that too. I think I did vinyl on 2 of them. I'll show them to you here in a minute. I've got them up here. Okay, so there's our little placement. You probably can't see it too well. It's kind of dark, but it's right here in the front of the shoe. And I'm going to take this little piece and put it right over that. Okay. And again, if you want to tape it down, you can. I'm just going to hold it. And then the next step is going to tack this down. So we'll probably go around it twice. And then we're going to trim it. And then we're going to press that one down too. I know. Are there other people that forget to thread the machine before they start it? I do it all the time. It's not like I've never used one of these things before, but I do it all the time. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna trim this one close to the stitches. Go up here. We got that. Let's see, there's a little bit down here yet to do. Got kind of a long point up there. I'll do this. Okay. There's our insert. I know, I just love glitter vinyl. I've always loved it. I've used it for years. So here's our purple glitter vinyl. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll tip the camera up so you can see. Go over here on my little ironing pad and we'll press this one down. And this one should just take one because it's narrow enough that the iron covers it. I'm putting a little pressure on it. Okay. I've got it set fairly hot. I have it not quite all the way up, but it's pretty close. All right, so what do you think? There's our pieces. And there's the purple and the black. Okay. What is my website, Charlene? Just a second. Let me put it up here real quick for you, okay? I have a little banner. So if you want to go look at some of my website and some of the cards and stuff, this is my website. So I'll just put this up while we're getting ready to do the next part. So you can write it down. sew-along-with-jan.square.site. And if you just Google sew along with Jan, it'll come up. I'm on Google. I can't believe it. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, just so you know, I'm going to take it down so we can see, and I'll put it up again in a little bit. Yes, the vinyl is okay on top of each other. You wouldn't want to put more than two. I think two would be about as much as you'd want to do with the glitter. I think you can layer maybe a little bit more of the regular vinyl, but I don't usually use that in the embroidery. So two layers is okay. Okay. All right, so now we're going to put this back in, and we're going to start our stitching. So this is going to do the insert outline. I'm going to leave the purple in, and it's also going to do some lettering and the little there's a little purchase hat over here. So it's going to do this shoe, the word shoe, stars here, and this little hat, and then it's going to do this little insert right on here. Okay. This will be good while this is stitching. It'll take a few minutes for this to stitch. Yeah, thanks for the thumbs up. So I just wanted to tell you. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm getting really close to 9,000 subscribers. So I'd love to get up to 9,000. I was looking at it the other day, and I'm like at 8923. So I'm really close to 9,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go subscribe on YouTube, and then to get me up to 9,000. I thought that was so exciting. Friendly suggestion for next live, link your site for us to have quick access. You mean on my website or the YouTube channel? Cindy, are you in the Facebook group? Cindy, are you in the Facebook group? Because if you're in the Facebook group, I put the link in the Facebook group every single week that I go live. That you can go right from there. Otherwise, if you just go to YouTube and type in "So Long with Jan," it should come right up on my channel. That's the best way to find it. It's hard for me to link in here, and I always link on the Facebook group, and I also have it on YouTube. So the YouTube the live is always there at least 2 to 3 days in advance. Do I need to have a special giveaway for after we get to 9,000 subscribers? I think we can probably do that. That's cool. I can't tell who the 9,000th person is, though, Lynn. I can only see that I have 9,000. It doesn't give me names of people in the order that they subscribe. So we could have a little giveaway just for getting to 9,000. Okay. So it's doing the word shoe. So yeah, so I was so surprised when I went on there though, and saw that I was getting so close to 9,000. I would have never guessed. I did a YouTube channel for my local students because I'm thinking somebody asked about the needle. I'm just using a number 11 embroidery needle, so no, you don't need anything special for the vinyl, but I like to use a fairly small needle because otherwise it doesn't poke such big holes. So, oh, cool. So Christina, you got it. Yeah. So if you just Google "Sew Along with Jan" or "Sew Along with Jan" YouTube, or "Sew Along with Jan," it'll actually come right up in the search. You'll find my website and my YouTube channel, both of them. Yeah, I really thought this was cute. So my YouTube channel was kind of a fluke, basically. I made a YouTube channel because I started on Facebook only. And I started a YouTube channel because my local students were having trouble finding the videos. And on YouTube, or on Facebook, they didn't give you a way to like catalog your videos like in files. They all just went into one folder. And so then you had to scroll through all these videos trying to find the one you were looking for. And you could kind of, search on the group, but it didn't always make it real easy to find. So I decided to do a YouTube channel just so that I could put them in folders, so I can put them in like a playlist. They call it playlists on YouTube. That that would give me like all of the mini quilts would be in one playlist, so you could find all the mini quilts. Or like the nativity bench pillow is all in that playlist to make it easier. So I did that for my local students. And I thought, well, what the heck, when I put these up, I'm just going to put them up as public and see what happens. And it's only been about 4 years. So 4 years later, I'm at about 9,000 subscribers. So I think it's kind of cool. I just kind of did it as a fluke. Now, I haven't figured out why it didn't cut those little jump clips there, but this design has always done that, just so you know. I don't know if it was something in the digitizing originally. So you'll have a couple little jump clips and it cuts everything else. It's just these little ones here. Did you see it? There's a little one here and one right between the hat and the first star. I don't know why. It's always done that. Yes, this would be a good gift. These would be good little things to do, like for like if you do bazaars and stuff like that. Yes, yes. Thanks, Lynn. Oh, yeah, Cheryl. So I do put it up on, it's always on Facebook. Or I'm sorry, it's always on YouTube, but I can't like advertise the video. I have to stay within a certain number of days to advertise the upcoming videos. So I always do, but it's sometimes not. I think I have to, it's less than a week. So I usually put it up about 3 or 4 days in advance. So where do you go to purchase the design? So Cindy, yes, in the description below this video is the link to my designs, but I will put this up while this is stitching. So this is my website. Give me a second here. This is my website. And you can go to this website to buy my designs, like for the cards. This is a free one. And this will be in the description below this video. There's a link to a Dropbox that you can get this one for free. Okay. So I'll link that one in the video below this video. Okay. So there's our little stars. Okay, we'll leave the little website up here for a second while I trim my little jump clips so nothing gets caught. If you do have jump clips, make sure you trim them right away before you go on to the next color, because that way nothing gets caught. Like you don't get a foot underneath one of these little pieces or something. Yeah, I haven't figured out. I don't know why it did that. It's always sewn out that way. So it's fine. But you just got to trim those 2 little jump clips. Okay. I'm just reading. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with all the okay, so the next, this one's going to be the outline for the shoe. So we're going to go back to black here. This is step number 11. I'll go back to the black just a second here. I got to get this organized. So yeah, so I'm not having so much trouble with the thread blowing or the fan blowing my thread anymore. And there will be the satin stitch for the shoe. So yeah, so Facebook is where I started, but they won't let me, like, you can't save videos in Facebook more than a month now. And so like all the videos go away so quickly. And yes, so that's correct, Cheryl. I do videos the first and the third Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time or Central Standard Time, depending on what time of year we are. So first and third Wednesdays is what I teach. This is really fun. These are really fun. But this will be in the description below this YouTube video. Okay, so if you don't know how to get there, if you go back to the video on your computer, it's easier. And right under the video, there's a little description area. You might have to click like see more so that it will open up all of the description, and then you can click on the link. Okay. You're on, yep, yep. So I'm an hour behind you, Cheryl, if you're on the East Coast. Yep. So I'm in Central Time. So it would be 8 o'clock your time on the East Coast. So we're working on our satin stitch to see what's next. I think we got to do I think the green is next, isn't it? What's 12? Yeah, the lettering. I think it's my green. Here's my green. This is just black. Yes, I am sewing on my Luminaire. I have the Luminaire at home. And I have, thanks Lynn also for helping. My friend Lynn O. Lynn O is my friend from Davenport, so she's helping answer some of the questions for me. It's very hard sometimes for me to see because they kind of go past really quickly. So, because I'm seeing, you know, all of them. So thank you, Lynn, for helping me. Because if I look away, I miss some sometimes. This is just plain black. This is a 900 black. The white's 001 white. These are all the brother colors. And what size hoop, Linda? I am using the 6x6 brother baby lock hoop. And I am, yeah, this is my Luminaire. My Avenir is at the store right now. Yeah, the block's about this is about 5 inches. Yep, so there's my website. So if you want to go find cards or any of the other designs, so I'll take that down for a little bit so you can see me sewing here. It's nice to have those that I can put up on the screen because then you can see them. You know, then you can write them down if you need to. We're going to do, let's see, so next, in 2 weeks, we're going to do some Halloween cards. And I had so much fun doing these Halloween cards. I'll show you the cards while it's stitching. So here's the Halloween cards. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet. So they both have glitter vinyl on them. So I did some orange glitter vinyl on this one. Now these are 5x7 cards. So these are bigger. These are, well, they're 5x7. And so these are a little bit bigger card than we did last time. So I wanted to try to do some different sizes. These are very traditional size cards though, 5x7. So it's easy to mail them. You can find traditional envelopes that work really well. So here's the little pumpkin with the trick or treat and the little spider. And then I did this one with the haunted house. And this has glitter vinyl too. Glitter vinyl and some regular sewn. Okay. So I'm not sure which one we're going to do. I'll pick which one. If you guys have an opinion, put it in the comments and let me know if you have an opinion one over the other. We'll do one of these. And these are the 2 cards that you get in the set. I only did 2 Halloween cards, so you get 2 of them for $6. So, and they're 5x7 cards. I do like the glitter on the cards. Aren't they pretty? And these I haven't put anything inside yet. I need to find something cool to put inside yet. But I love the glitter vinyl on them. Just thought they turned out so cool. You want to do the house? I kind of like the house too. I sat and looked at this house. I don't know. I tell you, I looked and looked at this house, and I really wanted this to be an applique. So I bet I made like 3 different versions of this house before I finally got it the way I wanted it. So the whole house is one applique, and then the windows are sewn on top. So I know, isn't it fun to do? Well, and I'm also now a card maker, but I wanted to do cards that were traditional sizes, so they're easy to mail. You know, like I want to be able to mail these, and they're pretty flat. You know, they stick up a little bit, but they'll mail in a standard 5x7 envelope. You know, so it's easy to find those. So that's what we're going to do in 2 weeks. We're going to make Halloween cards, and then probably in the 3rd week in November, we will do Christmas cards because I'm working on the Christmas cards right now. So I'm going to have 4 more Christmas cards, so you'll have some Christmas cards too. I love Halloween cards, though, so that's why I had to do some Halloween cards. So now we got all the little shoe laces up there. You know, the little holes for the shoelaces. And then this number 12 is going to be the green, and it's like the hat band and more of the lettering. So let's get the green in here. This is lime. This is the old lime green, 513. Oh yeah, you could do anything out of those. I thought about doing some mug rugs too. This is sort of like a mug rug. You know, this is about the size of a mug rug. It's maybe a little, it's more square than most mug rugs are kind of rectangular, but this could be a mug rug easily too. I like to make cards though. I'm kind of a card maker, and I've been just making some cards, having fun. I know, isn't it pretty, the glitter vinyl? Yes, yes. And this is so cute. I mean, I love these little mini quilts, and like I said, I've made quite a few of these. What about Thanksgiving cards? Now, I haven't done any Thanksgiving cards, so that'll probably have to be, I know, everybody forgets about Thanksgiving. I will make some Thanksgiving cards for next year. I just haven't, I didn't, I kind of, everybody asked for Christmas and Halloween, so I thought I better do Christmas and Halloween. And I also don't know why it did this. It started over here and did like one line of the word if, and then it goes over and does some other, and it comes back. It's always done that ever since I digitized it. I don't know why. Must have been a little glitch in the software. Is it? Yes, Nancy, this is the same size as that little bunny one that we did at Easter time. Yes. So we'll do some more of these. I've got a whole bunch of them. I've got a fall one. I'll go get them for you. I've got a bunch of them. So we'll make some more of these. These are fun. I like to decorate my house too. So every month, you know, I put a different one up. So here's I got a fall one. So this will be nice for Thanksgiving with the pumpkin. Okay. And I've got America the Beautiful with the US flag. And then here's the little Easter one, you know, the little bunny one. Okay. And then I did one for St. Patty's Day. May your troubles be less and your blessings be more, and nothing but happiness come through your door. That one's cute. And then here's the if the shoe fits. That's what we're doing right now. I did one for spring. Welcome spring. A little bee and the flower. And then this one, this one was actually done in Design Center in the machine. This was that Snow Much Fun with the little snow globe. I don't know if I've ever sewn that for anybody. Isn't that cute? And this, it has that little cross-stitch design. So yeah, these are fun. And I think this one here was done in the Design Center in the machine as well. This Hello Fall. We did this in Design Center. Yeah, aren't those cute? So I have my little stack. So I got 2, 4, 6, 7. I have 7 of them. I think I've got them all here. So I think I've only done 7. But they're fun. Yeah, I like to change them out too. So I have what did Lynn say? Make a turkey one? Yeah, we'll have to do a turkey one for Thanksgiving. But I just have that little frame, and I put them, you know, I have it sitting there on the table, and I just put new ones up each month. So. The haunted house. Oh, somebody wants to do the haunted house card. Is this the one that, Lynn, can you see? Is this the one that people are kind of wanting to do next time? Is the haunted house? I like that one too. I love that glitter vinyl on there. Yes, I do. I have the videos to digitize these as well on my YouTube channel. So if you just go to Sew Along with Jan, my YouTube channel, and go to the playlist Perfect Embroidery Pro. And all of these are in there. This one was done in the machine. I think I did that though as a video. And this one was done in the machine. But the rest of them are all done in the software. These are all done in the software. So those are fun. I just like to make little projects like that. It's fun to do something it's fast and easy. I don't know about that I'm a vault of information, but Lynn said I'm a vault of, okay, there we go. If the shoe fits. Now it says, I think everything's just about done. Now we get to do all the fun stuff. So let's get this little jump clip out of there and one more little jump clip. Okay. So now, yes, the house, is that the one you want to do? Okay. So the next step is step number 13, which is going to sew all of this together, but we got to do some stuff in advance of that. So give me a second here. I got to get some tape somewhere. Oh, here we go. So here's my Kimberbell paper tape. And we're going to tape our little, oh, here they are. We're going to take our little pieces of ribbon. We're going to fold them in half. And this is how I know where to put them. So I'm going to fold them in half and kind of crease it down at the bottom. Okay. And what I like to do is I like to put the edge right along where the little, you know, our little candle wicking was. And I always put it so that the raw edges of the ribbon are right up against basically the raw edge of the fabric, and the fold of the ribbon is just inside the candle wicking and right up against the right hand side of it. And I'm going to do that for each one. So we're going to tape this down. Okay. Do the other one. Oops, where'd the other one go? Here it is. So get this one and we're going to tape it down. I'm going to fold it. So thanks for hanging out with me, everybody, tonight. I enjoyed doing this. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, but this one I'm going to, you know, put it right up against the corner here. And I'm going to, and don't forget, at the end, we're going to have a drawing and somebody gets to win this. So I'm going to go ahead and put the fold just inside the candle wicking on the other side. And that's how I kind of judge where to put them. Okay. All right. Whoops, I got a bug here. Just a second. All right. Then we're going to take our fabric pieces, and it says fold the ribbon in half, which I already did, and then tape the ribbon down. And then we're going to place the back piece with hem pressed in, right side up, right side down over the design. So it doesn't matter if you want it on the top, if you want it on the bottom. I usually put it on the bottom. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to put that on first. Okay. So that's going to show that that's going to be on first. Okay. And then you're going to put the one that does not have the fold on the top. And what I do is I usually kind of line it up with the edge of my fabric like this. Okay. So I'm just going to I'm like just kind of matching up the raw edges around the outside edge. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, just for safety, because this is open down here, you know, I am going to, whoops, stick all my tape together. You ever done that? You know, you get it, you think you got tape all ready and then you stick it together. Okay, so I'm going to take a piece of tape that's going to go all the way across this opening here, just because it makes me feel better that gap is not going to have a foot go under it. Okay, so I'm going to push this down all the way across. It just makes me feel better. Okay, then you can change back to black or white. It doesn't matter. I've got white on the front and black on the back, so it doesn't matter. So I like to use a matching thread that matches my fabric. So I think let's just do white. We'll just do white. Doesn't matter. Either one's fine. I got black on the back and white on the front. So we're going to go back to our white thread. I've still got just bobbin thread in. All right. So then I don't need to tape any of the rest of it, but I am going to kind of make sure I'm paying attention to where the ribbons are here, and we'll get this out of the way. Okay. Push this in. Okay. And then the last step is going to sew it all together. Sew the back to the front. Again, right sides together. And it's going to do a little like bean stitch. So I'm sorry this summer that I haven't done a lot of videos, because I had a little problem this summer. I had an allergic reaction to some carpeting in my house. So I have not felt very good this summer. And I finally think I've got it figured out. So everybody wish me luck. And I even went to a doctor. I hardly ever go to the doctor because I needed some new allergy medicine. So I have a dermatitis, goopy dermatitis allergy. And I've had a chemical allergy. It's chemical. I've had it for years and years and years, 30 years probably. So, and yes, some carpeting in my new house. Yes. And it's actually not new carpet. It's old carpet. And I didn't even think about it. You know, the carpet's 28 years old, 27 years old. Didn't even think about it. And I put my tush on the carpet, and I now have, I'm allergic to, I can't wear any kind of fabric except cotton. And I knew I was allergic to formaldehyde, and it's in a lot of clothing. So no, I have not replaced the carpet, but I do not intend to put my butt on it ever again. So I have learned, this has been since June. I've been working at, I've been trying to figure out all the stuff I'm allergic to. Yes, so I have a chemical allergy. And the carpet, it's not the smell of the carpet or anything, it's me putting part of my body on it. So anyway, so I'm never going to put my butt on that carpet ever again. So I've took the tape off. So here's our little opening right here. Okay. And then we can take our tape off up here. Got all the way around. It was a nice bean stitch to sew it together. So that's why I haven't made too many videos this summer, because, you know, honestly, I just kind of, it's not like I really feel really sick, but I feel kind of off. Nope. And I can't go barefoot. Yep. I hardly ever take my shoes off in the house. So I have a dermatitis allergy on my palms of my hands, soles of my feet, and now my tush. So I just don't walk barefoot, and I won't be sitting on anybody's carpet ever again. I do. I have the rest of my house. A lot of it has that vinyl plank in it. So I thought about that, but then I'd have to move that dang long arm again. And I don't know that I want to take it down. So I think I'm going to cover the carpet up with plastic. I'm going to get some plastic runners to cover up as much of that carpet as possible out there, because the carpet looks great, looks brand new. But okay, so there is our whole design. So let's take this out of the hoop now. We're ready to take it out of the hoop. And so we're going to see who's going to win it. I know, isn't it such a bummer? I do feel much better. I only figured out the last bit not even a week ago. It's taken me all this time to figure out all the little pieces, because the thing is, when you get an allergy like that, there's often a bunch of stuff that's all connected to it that you don't think about until later. So now I'm pretty much, figured out everything. So what we're going to do now, you can take this over to your rotary cutter and your mat. I'm just going to trim around it about 1/4 of an inch from the edge, all the way around. I usually don't get up and do that. I just use my scissors and cut it off. It doesn't need to be beautiful. It'll be all inside. Okay, so we're going to cut that all off, all the way around, because this is like an envelope back. So we're going to go around all the way. All right. So there is our little mini quilt. Thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad I'm feeling better too. It's been kind of a long summer. So, and the last bit I would have never believed. And it just took me a while to get, I know I can't sit down. That's why I haven't been making many videos. I can't sit because my tush hurts. So I can't sit. So that was been the hardest part, because like when I digitize and stuff, I've been having to sit down and it, so yeah, so it's been hard. So, okay, so here's the back of it. So we're going to turn this now. My grandma had this cool little trick. Give me a second. I need my Floriani turning tool. I have my turning tool. I know, I love envelope backs. They work great. So then what we're going to do, so you notice I did not trim across the corners, because believe me, if you trim across the corners, you will go through it. I do it every time. So I don't trim across the corners. So this is what my grandma taught me. Took her first finger and put it up into the corner. Okay. And then she pulled the seam allowance down into the seam and pushed it into the seam, making the corner. So there's the little corner right there under my thumb. And then I'm going to turn it right side out. And then you'll take your little tool and just finish it up so that and that way you don't poke through it. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, so I'm going to put my first finger in there, pull it towards me until I get down to the seam, push it into the seam, hold it with my thumb, and turn it right side out. Like that. And then use my little tool just to poke out the corner. Like that. Now I'll press this. So whoever gets this, it'll all be pressed and everything. Okay. Love my grandma's trick. This was something grandma taught me. I think I was really little when she taught me this. I probably was 10, maybe. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same thing down there. I'm going to do the same thing. Put my first finger up in the corner. Yeah, my grandma's name was Esther. Esther May. Esther May. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. She was English, so Esther May Huggins was her last name. So she was a great lady. My mother's middle name is Esther. So all of us had an E in our name. So my mom's middle name was Esther. My middle name is Elaine. And my dad's first name was Elvin, even though everybody called him Wayne. So everybody had an E in their name. So, okay. So then what I'll do is I'm going to take this, and I'm not going to do the final pressing, but I'm going to take this over to the iron and then give it a nice little press from the back usually. Okay. Then what I'll do is I'll take off, I put my piece of steam seam on here. Okay. And I'll just pull that paper off, and then I will press it down so that it closes up the back. Okay. So let me show you the finished one over here. So see how I got it all pressed. Even though I don't have a cat anymore, I still have cat hair on everything. Okay. So here, see how I have it all pressed down nice and neat. Okay. And then I took and pressed down that piece of steam seam so that the little back is covered and closed up on the back. Do you use grandma's trick too? Yeah, grandma had a lot of things, but she did a lot of sewing, and she made a lot of clothing and stuff like that. So she taught me a lot of stuff about making clothes. And, I probably can't remember half of what she taught me because a lot of it, I was pretty young when grandma was teaching me things. So, but I had my grandma until I was in my 30s. So she didn't pass away until 1996. And so she was 92. And so I was 30, I was in my 30s when she died. So I had my grandma a long time. All right. So what do you think of that little If the Shoe Fits, guys? Isn't that cute? So I'll get it all pressed up, and we're going to see who's going to win that little mini quilt. And then, of course, I'm going to hang it. So let's hang this up so you can see what it looks like. Hang it on I'll put it on my little hanger here so you can see it. It's time to put it's October, so I got to put my little Halloween stuff on. Viola, was it Viola or Viola? Viola was her name, Christina. That's cool. Viola. So there's the little mini quilt on the stand. Isn't that cute? Yeah, I miss my fur baby, but I think the reason I always have cat hair is that she laid on this little mat over here, and so everything I put over there still has cat hair on it. Even though I've cleaned it many times, I still have cat hair. Anything dark, so that's a Gigi hair. That's definitely a Gigi hair because it's striped. Lynn, oh, your dad will be 93. I knew his birthday was coming up. That's awesome. Now, my dad lived to be 95, my mom 81, and my grandmother was 92. My grandmother was my mother's mother. And my dad's stepmother lived to be about 92 or 3 as well. So that was pretty cool. Okay, so what do you think? We're going to have a drawing for this, and don't forget, in 2 weeks, what would it be, the 15th, right? We're going to make a Halloween card. So what do you think of those? So I think did everybody think they want to do the house? I like the house. I like them both, but we'll do the house. Okay. So that's what we're going to do in 2 weeks. So let me second here. We're going to switch the camera back over here so we can have our drawing. Give me a second. So thanks for putting up with me for an hour or so.
Glad you could come tonight. I always enjoy doing this. So thanks everybody for coming in. Let's see. Oops, I got to get the right thing though. Sorry, I got to get the camera right. They moved everything, so I have a heck of a time finding it. Here we go. Okay. There we go. You like the house? You like them? I like them both too. So yeah, so if you want to buy the cards, you go to my website. So let me stick my website up here for a minute while we're getting ready for our drawing here. So that's where you can get the cards. All of the cards and the Christmas cards will be up there probably in a week or so. I have to do some sewing on them. And let's see. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. Isn't it fun just to get together and have fun and just do something for fun? I love getting together with my friends and sewing. Where did I get the stand for the mini quilt, Cheryl? It will be also, I got it at our at our store, shieldssewingcenter.com. So I'll also, I will link that in the video below, or in the description below this video as well. So you can get it at shieldssewingcenter.com. Yep. We carry them. I know I've got at least 2 of them in stock right now, and there might be one in Davenport. So I can always, if people want them, you can order them on our website and I can ship it to you. But they are nice, and they're just 6 inches. They're a nice little one. They make different sizes, but that one works great for these little guys. So, okay. All right. So that's where you can get the cards. So now we're going to have our drawing. So let me put the banner up here with my email. So whoever wins, you do need to be in the US because it can't ship out of the US. You need to email me at janshieldssewing@gmail.com, your mailing address, and I will mail you the little If the Shoe Fits mini quilt. Okay. Or you can personal message me through Facebook. If you do Facebook, you can do that as well. All right, so let's see. Is everybody ready? Is everybody making their comments? Let's see here. Go back over here and let's see who's going to win tonight. All right, here we go. I just pushed the button. Let's see who wins. Gloria C. Gloria C. I don't have a whole name, but Gloria C. Are you here? And you have won the mini quilt. So Gloria C. Yes, Linda, I will, the pattern to the little mini quilt, is that what you're talking about? Yes, that will also be linked in the description below this video. Okay, so Gloria C. is the winner of the mini quilt. So make sure that you email me at this email up on the screen. And I will send it to you in the mail. Okay. All right. So in 2 weeks, we're going to make Halloween cards. Oh, I just dropped one. So we're going to make Halloween cards in 2 weeks. Okay. And if you want these are at my, on my website. We can switch this over so you can see that instead. Okay. So here's the website, and this is where you get these. You get the 2 of them for $6. Okay, to make these cards. Okay, and I will see you all in a couple weeks. Thanks everybody for joining me tonight. Hope you had some fun and had some fun making a mini quilt. Oh my goodness, I have lots of hair on this one. It sticks to the glitter vinyl. My cat's hair was so soft and so fine, so I have lots of glitter vinyl with hair on it right now. So I will take it off before I mail it to everybody. Okay. I've got my little brush over there. So thanks everybody. Have a great evening, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Oh, and this next week, you will also have a video about the stitch regulator that I did at the store. So I'll do that one. That'll come up on Thursday of next week. So in about a week, you'll have another video. So, okay. Thanks everybody. Have a great evening. Good night.